Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Christopher DeGiovanni, and I have the privilege of serving as your regional manager.
Thank you.
I really am hesitant to ask for the mic because my intent is not to come across as one who can influence or hijack the meeting. So if it's inappropriate for me to speak, if the city feels that, if you feel that, then please let me know, and I'm happy to surrender the mic. But I do want to encourage, I think communication is important in any relationship. And oftentimes, and we've all experienced this, that when misinformation gets out, it can sometimes lead to tensions in relationships. And all I would love to do is ask for a forum where I can actually speak and provide information. I requested, just to be transparent, we talk about accountability and transparency, I requested on numerous occasions for a public forum where I can engage with the citizens. I'm a longtime resident of Broward County, born and raised in this county. I traverse in and out of Deerfield Beach every week. I've devoted the last almost 2 decades to teaching future leaders in this city at a college in Deerfield Beach. I'm very invested in this community. I'm also very invested in this relationship that's been long-standing for 35 years. I think that this city has prospered for a lot of reasons, but certainly because of the law enforcement and fire personnel that serve you and your families. There's misinformation in regards to the contract. The contract has a cap. In the beginning, the sheriff had discussed possibly going to a no-cap contract. The colonels met with the sheriff and the sheriff agreed that for our municipal partners, forecasting their budgets is important. Ensuring that property taxes are remained at a viable level are important. So caps were put back into the contract. The first year and the second year of the contract, what was requested is that the cap that was currently in place for 6 months, we're talking about 6 months, October 1, 2025 to March 31st, 2026, 6 months, we're requesting a long-standing relationship with the city to please waive that cap like a change order in any other contract that the city runs with a vendor. Change orders are not uncommon, and they are approved by cities throughout the county on a regular basis if they're warranted and justified. Earlier this year, before the consideration letter was provided, we provided objective data by a company, much like this gentleman, who comes in, no dog in the fight, no hunting dog, trailing down, not trying to influence or sway with a presentation. And they provided information to us that showed that your first responders were underpaid 21% on average, by and large, in comparison to other municipalities in this county and across the state that were similar in style and size to the Broward Sheriff's Office. So the question is, should your first responders be underpaid 21%?
No.
No.
Do they need to be the top paid in the nation? No, no one's asking that. But we're asking for recruitment and retention with the competitive. When we are, right now, let's just use a deputy sheriff, $64,000 starting pay. And let's say Plantation. Right now, if you look on their website, they have a hiring bonus for officers, and their starting pay is $78,000, topping out at almost $130,000. We cannot compete with that. You rely on us to provide you a service. If we provide a service, we need to have qualified men and women in uniforms provide that service. If we cannot recruit and retain, we cannot provide that service. What we can provide you is a vacancy credit. But you know what? I've never seen a vacancy credit keep you safe when you call 911, put the fire out, make an arrest, whatever it may be. What we're asking for is for the city to work with us on compensating the first responders just so they can be competitive so we can recruit and retain. The contract for year 3, year 4, and year 5 has a 5% cap. Year 1 and 2, even though it's been said multiple times that there's no cap, there is a cap because the salary numbers, percentages were provided to the city manager in April this year for year 1 and year 2. Meaning that the city could forecast what the cost would be. There's been long-standing that there are certain items outside the cap that we do not control, like pension costs, workers' comp, rates that we do not control, the state or the county controls. So to use those as saying no cap Well, that's historically always the way it's been because we do not control those costs. So, as regards to this relationship, I would just hope that the city would partner with us and give us a forum. We understand that there's concerns. We're willing to listen to those concerns. But we're coming to the table and no one wanted to speak. I've been given 3 minutes at a public meeting because I signed up to speak. I cannot speak. I've asked to speak. I'm not given an opportunity to speak. City's here, and I love each and every one of you, but that's the truth. This city, if you look back a couple of weeks, Mr. Cummings, talking about contract, you look at your vendor contract regarding building permitting, how long did the city discuss with the vendors in relation to that contract? Anybody was at the meeting?
4 hours.
I'm giving 3 minutes. 3 minutes and the buzzer goes off and I have to stop speaking. We're talking about a $75 million contract, 296 positions to keep this community safe. I'm giving 3 minutes. I'm begging for an opportunity to come to Century Village. I've asked multiple times to come to Century Village. I've asked for a forum in Century Village to communicate to these residents. The door is always closed on me. I've asked for meetings with the city. The door is always closed on me.
It's not major, we can
So,
do something.
I do appreciate you, and Mr. Cummings, you know I have a lot of respect for you, but you know that my words are true. You know that I've never lied to you.
You have not.
That $75 million research development training center, I've explained that to you. That cost is not borne by the city. The complex nature of the BSO budget, many people do not understand. That's a regional service, and that is from a capital fund. Those funds were provided for capital dollars and projects that the city, the county was responsible to fund, not the city. Florida State Statute, the gentleman can verify this, Florida State Statute Chapter 30, read it. It actually controls the way the sheriff's budget is managed. We cannot hold a reserve fund, meaning at the end of the fiscal year, we cannot keep tax dollars and roll them over to the next year in the same way that, let's say, a city can. We actually have to return those county dollars back to the county. So to say that we used money from a contract this year to try to pay for something 2 years ago is categorically false and it's statutorily impossible. I just want the forum. This is Century Village right here. I'm asking you, go to your board. I've been asking for months for opportunity to come speak with you, and I have not been given an opportunity to. I really truly appreciate him giving me this opportunity. I have the utmost respect for the city, for the staff, for every one of the residents. I understand this is your decision, but to make a decision, you need all the information. Help me give you that information. Thank you.
If you all have any questions for the mayor, he has assured me that he has business cards in his vehicle. And if you want to get a business card for him to reach out to, is that possible?
I'll give you my personal cell phone number. I have no problem. Okay.
So he'll be around
There's
after.
a commissioner here for Central Village sitting right there, Danielson, so you might can arrange something with him.
If I may just say, Commissioner Shinesky, since the beginning, has been the utmost professional with me.
Yeah.
A line of communication with him has been he has been phenomenal. I have the utmost respect for him, and I don't want this to be a reflection because he honestly has been very engaging and just wanting facts, and I appreciate you for that.
So, you know, our commitment to the city, and I think one of the reasons why we were hired is we're going to give you facts. I don't know the politics. I'm not here to play politics, and I, quite frankly, whatever's happened in the past is not going to affect the report that we do. We're going to be doing, as we alluded to, a transparent financial analysis. We're going to be doing some detailed transition planning, and we're going to focus in on fiscal responsibility. At the end of the day, we will present a report to the city. It is up to you all and your administration and your elected officials to decide what you all are going to do. Thank you all for coming. Yes, sir.
I kind of 3 questions. One, if we bring everything in-house, do we have to provide health insurance for
Sure.
police department?
Yes.
Would it be different than the regular, what's the city?
I don't
provides?
know.
Okay. Well, I mean, from your experience, that's what
And
I'm
you're
asking.
also gonna have a pension plan too.
Okay, that's what.
But the Crawford boys don't have
The
them.
lady asked this question, young
the
lady,
city.
regarding if by chance we get sued underneath the current contract, is that under the BSO, would it be underneath the city in that case?
Only outside my lane.
That's important.
Yes.
That's a very good question. That's a crazy question, not to be mad, make me to you. What's your cost?
I can
And that is an all-inclusive cost.
We have
And I don't have any change orders.
Hi, thank you. I just want to say, 5 years ago, when the contract was done, did we know we were going to have the inflation that we have today? So,
That's a great question.
thank you. And so, the fact that BSO couldn't get together with the city manager to discuss raising it a little bit, maybe not all BSO wanted, but to make it to a point that it would be okay for BSO.
Right.
And I just want to say one other thing quick, is that Cent Club in Century Village is raising their coupon, Master Management in Century Village is raising their coupon. Everybody's asking for a little bit more money.
Well, I
And
just,
I'm not even financial, but I get it.
I will just tell you that
Thank you.
When we do cost estimates on projects, I typically work with a company called STO, which is a national construction firm. They have individual construction firms, like in Florida, it's Ajax Construction, and we do very detailed costs. The cost estimate that I just gave the Lady Lake Police Department, I also ran an actuary table that says if you don't do anything this year, next year, here's what it's gonna, the cost is going up between 4% and 6% a year. Everywhere I go in this country, there are cranes. And you know what that means?
What?
They're cranes.
Cranes?
That means there's construction.
Oh, gotcha,
So
okay.
the cost of gypsum board, the cost of concrete, steel, metal, wood, irrigation, piping, everything has gone up exponentially. I've never seen costs go up like this except for maybe the early 1980s and sometimes in the 90s. But it is crazy what is going on right now. And I'm not gonna opine about what the costs were for a training facility because I don't know that project. But I can tell you that if I were to give you a cost estimate for a building today, it's not gonna be the same cost 6 months from now. So, you do the best you can, and our costs, just for Lady Lake, was like 8 pages, line item. I mean, I told them how much the sod was gonna cost, how much the lighting was gonna cost. And I told them very explicitly, these costs are only good for like the next 90 days. Beyond that, it's gonna go up. And people costs go up. The other thing that we're gonna be looking at that you all didn't even touch on, and we didn't have really a chance to touch on,